Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another session of foot soaking. I'm very glad and delighted to join all of you today. My name is Ajay, and I have been told everyone is pro over here, so it will be a good learning experience for me with all of you and help me to continue to grow in my meditative state with our collective experience. Before we begin, I'm sure everyone is familiar what are the elements needed for the foot soaking. So if anyone needs to get anything, please make sure you have everything ready. Foot soaking bowl, salt, which is already there in the foot soaking bowl, another tumbler of fresh water, and fabric or paper towel to clean afterwards. So as I said, my name is Ajay. I am on West Coast, California. And I have been practicing for a while, Sahaja Yoga. My journey started in 2003 on the East Coast. That's where I was studying, doing my postgrad studies in Philadelphia. That's what I call my hometown. Originally, I'm from India, as you can guess, but that's the first city where I landed, and that's the hometown for me. So, and I was not truly seeking anything. I was not practicing Sahaj at that time. And as you do in college days, you work in the lab long hours. Everything is intellectual or mental activity, right? So, but some of my friends or juniors who joined later on in the same program, they were practicing Sahaj from uh, their childhood days in India. So I used to watch them. Because we used to live together. So I used to watch them and see what they are doing. And I felt good that at least on Friday night, rather than going out and wasting ourselves, we can sit, meditate, spend some quality time, and and spend some joyful time with each other. So one of my friends asked me or pushed me to try, for at least for the sake of trying, and asked me to go through that experience. So that's when I attended my first session. I remember it was in University of Pennsylvania. Auntie Dorothy, who is still there in Philadelphia, she conducted that program. I listened to Shumataji's speech, and there they talked about thoughtless state. And that subject was completely alien to me, because all life long growing up, I was told to think, right? Uh, I have developed this conditioning where I'm thinking all the time, even when I'm not working in the lab, not working on my projects, not doing my assignments. I'm still thinking, analyzing about other things. So that concept of having a thoughtless state was completely alien to me. So I would not say that I had amazing experience. I did not feel anything after the self-realization program. But as a thanks to good company of my friends, I continued. And as I continued practicing with them every week, I heard Shumataji's talk, and there was, in one of the talks, she referred that only dead wood doesn't have vibrations. Rest, everything has vibrations. So all the living things have vibrations. So I assume that I'm like one of those dead wood. I don't feel anything. But my first travel there's a place upstate New York, Kana Johari. And that's when I first time visited. That changed my experience. It kind of helped me to experience what vibrations feel, what it means when you experience it. There is a pond over there where everybody goes for foot soaking. And that was the first truly foot soaking experience for me. When I meditated there with everyone in that pond, I could feel for the first time on my hands, on top of my sahasrara, I could feel the vibrations. So that's where my journey began. At least I felt the experience for the first time, and I realized that what I'm doing is not, I'm not just wasting my time. I took longer time to get into that realized state. Now it's up to me if I want to pursue it further or not. And like any other uh, person, I had my ups and downs. And I guess that's what makes Sahaja Yoga is a living process, because there are good days and there are bad days. Good days when you are meditating continuously, you are aware of your own self, and my attention is inward. Bad days when I am lazy, when I forget what I should do, and then my attention get diverted into other things which I should not have. So, but that's what makes it living, and that's what pulls us back to the roots to continue practicing every day, in the form or with the assumption that you are still a beginner. There's so much opportunity to grow, and it all collapses when we don't practice. So we have to be more aware of ourselves. I have to be more, or I would say, I have to keep the kid which is inside me to be more inwards, rather than like a small kid. It keeps on running outside, and I have to bring it back in, cleanse it, make it nice, and then make it stable and steady. But obviously, when kids get the attention outward, it runs again back out and gets dirty. But that's the process. So foot soaking helps, and at least that's how was my first experience with my own vibrations. So I really enjoy foot soaking, and I hope everyone else today in this forum will enjoy with me. So let's all begin with the foot soaking. So you already have a bowl with salt in it. I guess everybody knows, just to reiterate myself, there are three elements which are working when we are doing foot soaking. And as you may know, that every chakra has a natural element associated with it, which resonates with that element. So salt, the rock salt or the cooking salt, whatever you may have put in the foot soaking bowl, that represents the earth element, and which resonates with our first chakra. Second is the fire. So you may have a candle in front of you, and that provides that fire element. So that fire element works on our second chakra. And then the third, which is the water, the whole foot soaking experience, that works on our nabhi or the void area. So as we go through that foot soaking experience, it automatically works on 3 of our chakras, lower 3 chakras, and help us to get rid of whatever stresses, thoughts we accumulate throughout our day, and help us to get into the meditative state easily. So with that, let's all give vibrations to the foot soaking bowl. You can just, with your right hand, you can give round in a clockwise manner. You can just 7 times, you can vibrate the water. So let's do that all together. Let's put our feet in the water. Let's close our eyes. Let's keep our both palms open in our lap. And let's try to bring that child within all of us back within ourselves. So rather than letting our attention drift away in the outside things, let's bring our attention inwards, connect with our spirit, with our subtle state. If it helps to settle down our thoughts, we can maybe for a few moments, we can take few deep breaths. So as we inhale or exhale, our attention goes to our breathing, and that diverts our attention from our thoughts. Now let's place both our hands towards the Mother Earth. Mother Earth has this amazing ability to absorb all the impurities from our subtle system. Once we form our connection with Mother Earth and surrender ourselves, please note that's important, that we need to surrender. So rather than holding anything back, let's surrender everything to the Mother Earth without thinking. Mother, please take away all the impurities from my subtle system. Just humbly ask or request or pray within your heart and ask Mother Earth to take away all the impurities from our subtle system. Whatever conditionings, habits, thoughts we may have, just let it go into the Mother Earth. Let's bring our left hand back to our lap, but the right hand still stays down towards the Mother Earth. Let's keep our attention in the center of our left palm. So we'll try to work on our channels first. And whatever imbalances we may have accumulated throughout the day, we'll just clean it up so that we can get into that thoughtless state easily. So, as you all may know, the power which runs on our left channel is the power of pure desire. So, within our heart, we refer to our Kundalini Mother energy, which resides at the base of our spine in the 3.5 coil form. Using the power of pure desire from our left channel, we humbly ask our Kundalini energy, our motherly energy, to clear all the imbalances from our left channel. Mother, please take away all the imbalances from my left channel and help me to get into the meditative state, balanced, thoughtless state. Again, the things which affects our left channel is our emotions, thoughts from our past. So we let go all those conditionings. Now let's bring our right hand back to our lap. Keep our palm open. So we can gently shift our attention from the center of the left palm to the center of the right palm, which means we will work on our right channel now. Now, the quality which we get from the right channel is pure attention. And right channel generally gets affected because of our excessive thinking or excessive activities. In either case, it generates excessive heat within our body. So to dissipate that heat, we'll use ether as an element. So we can bend our left hand from our elbow, point the fingers of our left hand towards the sky, and the palm of our left hand is facing our back wall. And again, please do it as long as you feel physically comfortable. if your hand starts hurting, then bring your hand down. You don't need to keep your left hand up in the air. And while doing this, let's again request ether element to take away, to dissipate all that worries, excessive heat into the thin air. Please take away all those unwanted thoughts, anxiety about our future into the air. Please help me to find that balanced, peaceful state within myself. Slowly you will observe that if you had any tingling or heat sensation on your right palm, that will gently transform into the cool breeze sensation. We can bring our left hand back to our lap. Now let's just raise our Kundalini energy along our central channel. That if you want, you can place your right hand either in front of the first channel, or you can just put your attention on the first channel. And we can ask and request our motherly energy, Kundalini energy. Mother, please enlighten the qualities of my Muladhara, which is my first center. Now let's gently bring our attention to the second center, which is 2 or 3 inches below our navel point. And once again, Mother, please enlighten the qualities of my Swadhisthana, which is the second center. Now let's gently move our attention to our third center, which is on our navel point. Mother, please enlighten my Nabhi. Please enlighten the qualities of Nabhi within my subtle state. Now let's gently bring our attention to our fourth channel, which is on our heart. Mother, please enlighten the qualities of Anahata, which is the fourth center within my subtle state. Let's bring our attention to our fifth center. Once again, Mother, please enlighten the qualities of the fifth center, which is Vishuddhi, within my subtle state. Now let's take our attention to our sixth center, which is on our forehead. Mother, please enlighten the qualities of my Agnya within my subtle state. Now let's bring our attention on top of our head. Let's gently press from the center of our right palm. And as we press, let's just ask motherly energy, Mother, please establish my vibrations. Mother, please establish my experience. Once we are done, we can bring our right hand back to our lap and let's continue to meditate for a few minutes with our attention on top. We can gently open our eyes and let's wash our feet, rinse our feet, wipe our feet, and then set aside the foot soaking bowl so that we can continue to meditate. Hopefully everyone is back. Let's again bring our attention inwards. Once again, let's just put our both hands towards the Mother Earth. With our attention also on our first center. And as we all know, Mother Earth is the element for the first center. Let's request Mother Earth to provide gravity in our meditative state. Mother, please provide us depth in our meditative state. Please allow us to connect with our own roots and help me to enlighten the qualities of my first center, which is innocence, wisdom, sense of discretion. Let's bring both hands back to our lap. Let's place our right hand on our navel point. Mother, please make me satisfied person. Mother, please help me to evolve beyond all the materialistic things. Let's bring our hand to our heart. Mother, I am the pure spirit. So beyond our mental projections, beyond our physical self, I am the pure spirit. Let's place our hand on our forehead as we gently lower down our head towards the ground. Very humbly, we request, Mother, I forgive all my thoughts. Mother, I forgive all my thoughts. It's very important we open our Agnya chakra, which allows us to get into a thoughtless state, a nirvichar samadhi. So we need to go or grow beyond our mind. Mother, I forgive all my thoughts. All my thoughts are reflection of my mind. So I forgive all my thoughts. So once again, let's bring our attention on top of our sastra. Gently check your subtle state, your vibrations. Try same thing with our left hand as well. If you are still feeling warm, you can just again request within your heart, Mother, please establish my vibrations. Once we are done, we can bring our both hands back to our lap and let's continue to meditate for a few more minutes. Again, try to keep our attention on top of our Sahasrara, the seventh center. Anytime our attention gets drifted with our thoughts, just pull it back. Bring that kid back in the room and help it to get steady at one point. We can play some music while we continue to meditate for a few more minutes. Let's close the session by raising our energy and giving ourselves protection. So let's all collectively raise our Kundalini energy from the first center all the way up to the seventh center and then tying a knot. Same way, second time, bringing it all the way up and tying 2 knots this time. And finally, the third time, bringing it all the way up and tying 3 knots. Then giving ourselves protection, moving from left to right. So that's for one center. Second time for the second center. Third time for the third center, which is on our navel point. Fourth time for the fourth center, which is on our heart. Fifth time for the fifth center, which is on our throat. Sixth time for the sixth center, which is on our forehead. And finally, the seventh center, which is on top of our head. So thank you all for joining. We'll keep the channel open for some more time if you guys like to meditate. And thank you all for joining tonight and making it a wonderful experience for me. Hope you all enjoyed too. And sometimes we'll see you again next time. So thank you all.
Thank you very much. It was very good.